Computer. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, March 5th. Welcome to our Zoom. I thought today what we would do is, depending on the size of the group, we could turn it into a Q&A at the end, but I wanted to just go over some basics that I think are really important when people get started. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, okay? So one of the things that I think is really important is when you join, to know that the TriGLP is part of a company called ORGYN from Norway. Bepic is the parent company. So, in other words, there's a strategic partnership between ORGYN and Bepic. And I think what that does for us is if we want to concentrate just on the weight loss, we can send people to our ORGYN back office. But if we want to invite them to all the products, including the TriGLP, we've got the stability of Bepic. Bepic is successful. They're in their 10th year. They're already in over 80 countries. So what that has done for us who joined because of the TriGLP is it's given us the opportunity to be able to share immediately beyond the United States or Canada. So you have access to 80 plus countries. And I think that's really powerful. So people get a little confused. When you join as a brand partner, I notice that we've also been called brand influencers. You automatically get 3 websites. And I think this is really important to know what your websites are because that's your communication and your link to making sales. And I imagine that's why you're here. So when you do sign up new brand partners, I like to tell people that their username is important because you want something that's easy enough because that's going to be part of your website. For example, Felicia, I'll always know yours, Felicia, because it's red lips. It's such a great, you're never going to forget that. Or people use their name. But whatever it is, you're going to get 3 free websites when you join as a brand partner. Right now, I believe it is still no charge, but typically to become a brand partner, it's $19.95. That is a one-time fee. As long as you are active with an order once every 6 months, then you will never pay that fee again. So it's very, very affordable. And what you get for it is amazing. So when you want to deal with just customers, your website is going to say My Origin. So it's going to be username.myorigin.co. In the beginning, I was confused because of the CO. We're so used to the comms, but it is CO. When you want to give people the opportunity to either brand partner or customer, then you send them to your origin site. So your username.origin.co. That way they can make a decision on their own. What I usually do is I give them both options because I can't prejudge. Sometimes I think, oh, they're only going to be a customer and they become a brand partner and order a 3-month supply. You just never know. If there's anything about this industry, it's unpredictable. So you have a customer site. A lot of people want to just shop. They don't want to hear about become a brand partner. Here's your back office, any of that kind of stuff. They want to go shopping just like on Amazon. So I love it. The other thing is, as brand partners, when you share your customer link and someone makes a purchase, let's say the average person buys a 1-month supply. They pay $139.95. Let's say $140. As soon as they click order, in your e-wallet, you automatically have 50% of what they spent or a commission of $70. That is incredible. So if you have 2 customers per month, your product is free. That is really, really good. There will be a couple people who may just want to try 1 bottle. They just want to see if their body tolerates it. Very few people do that, but you still earn, I think it's $25. And, or maybe it's $30. I'm sorry, I don't really remember that because I have so few. Every once in a while, you'll have people who are just, let me just get a 3-month supply. And that's great. They'll never run out of product. They'll have product for 3 months. And they spent $395. You just earned a commission of half of that or $200. So that's really, really nice. I like that I can share with family, friends. They don't want to hear anything about MLM. There is a specific website for that. Now, as far as Origin, um, what you'll want to do, your first goal, if you're here to build a business, is to find two brand partners. Now, if you are fortunate enough to be with it on top of it and in 24 hours or 48 hours, if you can get your two brand partners, Dr. Catherine, you did, because you signed on your chiropractic business and then you had another chiropractic friend who ordered. So you qualify by doing that within 48 hours of signing up. You actually qualify for whatever the worldwide bonus pool is each week. And I imagine it's just going to grow and grow. But what you want to do is we want to start with two brand partners. Dan, in his compensation plan on YouTube, it's very, very good. And he shows how you can earn a six-figure income with just having two active brand partners and then duplicating with the 2x2, etc. When you first bring on your first brand partner, it's going to go in your left leg, and then the next will go in your right leg, and it'll alternate. Eventually, what's going to happen is one of your legs is going to take off. It's going to be a little more active, right? And then you're going to go, oh, well, maybe I have enough volume in my left leg. You can default in your back office to have enrollments just go in your right leg. And the reason that's important is because you will be sleeping and people will order and will join, and you're going to be like, you don't know it's coming. You're going to wake up, you're going to have a new commission, you're going to have a new team member, and you want to have that strategic. But in the beginning, just let it bounce from left to right, okay? And then we'll get into more advanced strategy of how to actually build. But I just want to be absolute basics. I have a friend today. She and her husband, I knew she and her mom were interested in the Tri-GLP. And because she's a friend, she was going to just become a customer. And I let her know, hey, Yvette, in the event that you wish to become a brand partner, this is what you could do. And it's because I know her and she appreciated the strategy because she's got friends who are using the injections who want to get off. So she potentially has several people that might want to join. I suggested, and I don't know because she hasn't done it yet, but I suggested that she look at becoming a brand partner, getting her 3 free websites when she signs up, placing her order, and then signing on her husband as a customer. That's called strategy. You don't have to do it, but why not? She's going to earn $70 when her husband gets his 1 month supply. And then if her mother, who's thinking about it, wants to, she can buy from her own daughter, or she can buy from me. You know, I love my customers. But there is a strategy. If you know someone, you can say, hey, here's a few options. I'm never attached to whatever option they choose. You know, I totally have them in mind. I will say that if you do share social media, text, emails, or whatever, you will have people oftentimes that you don't know, and you'll just see they've joined the team, joined as a customer. That happened to me the other day. Some young gal in Vermont, she bought a 3 month supply. So I reached out to her, not quite sure. I might have met her at one of my daughter's retreats. And today she was telling me how delightful and rich tasting the drops are. I mean, she described it like it was this connoisseur drop out of a bottle. It was really good because, anyway, I'd never seen it described like that, but it was pretty cool. So, does anyone have any questions so far about this, the absolute basics?
I do.
Yes.
Um, and I should have asked you this right up front when I first joined, but for anybody who is coming in now because of the 48-hour period, like when you joined, Dave had joined underneath you, and that would have
Yes.
been your two legs. And
Yes.
I wish I had thought about that.
I think we had the conversation, but I never made the assumption about your husband. But yeah, some people, in fact, Sam and I talked about a strategy would be sign up two people, husband, daughter, whatever, if you don't have anyone else. That way you have your two, you're locked in. You can transfer one of your spots. Like I have Dave in my organization. Dave is not going to build a business, but he's in a prime spot. Let's say 6 months from now, Sam wants to join. I'm like, Sam, I got a good position for you. It'll give you a step up. You're a business builder. I have a spot for you. So we can do that. Yes, and I didn't know. I did not know. I happened to, I guess, be fortunate enough that two people signed on within that time. So,
So that's the thing that we need to communicate with anybody who joins as a brand partner or influencer, that they have within that 48-hour period the opportunity to, if they get two people, including themselves
yep,
or in addition to themselves.
so you are a member. If you had gotten two people, your husband and your dog behind you,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, excuse me.
Um, no, two people. I have one down here at my feet. Uh, yes, and all the bonuses and all the advantages for doing that. I mentioned it to someone the other day, and you got to be careful because you don't want to seem like you're pressuring. I don't know if it was you, Catherine, um, but it's good to at least let them know and then back off because everyone, you know, might be too overwhelming. You were traveling, back and forth.
Yeah, no, and trust me, it can feel very like uh
Yeah,
and I get the sense of, hi Joseph. No, I know you have a question, but I get the sense of urgency and I get the intention. And I think that's great. And I know that that would not always be so settling for everybody,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
including myself, even though it's an opportunity that now, and I wish I had really, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if other, yeah, I just think it is one strategy, and I'm all about working smarter,
Smart.
not harder, and having strategy. So as you start to build your team, definitely be in touch with Sam and I, and this is new to me. Sam has been with Bepic now, the Origin for several years. He's been in the industry over 30 years. He has been on the corporate side. He's been on the formulator side. We have a good person as our upline, and I'm very committed. But I'm all about strategy. I'm not here to push. I'm not here to push anyone into anything, but I'm here to be with them 100% as they want to build or if they have questions about the product. Did someone have their hand up?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Joy, do you have to, for instance, maintain a certain PV level and does it have to be on auto ship for personal purchases?
Good question. Unbelievable. They do not make that as a requirement. In other words,
Okay.
I know, Joseph, you bought several bottles at one time. You probably don't need a shipment this month. You do not need to have a monthly order. However, as you build, it is very smart to have at least 70 PV. 70, I mean, CV. In other words, three bottles is 85. So all you need is 70. It could be two bags of some Be Epic product, as an example. If you are active and on auto ship, then you'll never ever miss a commission or a bonus. And they're all over the place. When I look at my commission, it's like I can't figure out where this $2 here and $20 here comes from, but it all adds up. So,
Mhm.
good practice is if you're here and you don't want to lose out, is to have a monthly order. But
Okay.
you can still, if you're not actively with an order this month, Joseph, you can still enroll customers and brand partners and you can still earn.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
It
You
is.
mu
It
you
really is.
must, and if you do not place an order of any size within a 6 month period, your position will flush.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that because all of you guys got in at the beginning. I mean, I can only imagine what it's going to look like a year from now. I mean, it's just going to
Yeah.
be, It's going to be amazing. So,
Okay, so at least 70 CV every month.
yes. That will qualify you. I changed mine this month. I'm trying the Regenerate product. I like the drinks, in the little sachets because anytime I can get in more nutrition and liquid in my body, I think it really helps with the tri-GLP. So good question.
Okay, right.
Catherine.
Yes, hi. Good to see you all. Um,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I will attest to the fact that this is probably the first time I've done um an MLM in a while. But all the others in the past were always very pushy, and I was like just shocked at the fact that how you did not push at all.
Mm,
Whatever you want to do, Catherine, just do it, But you made some suggestions about some people that did some things in the past, like, do yourself and then do your business under. And I said, oh, that's a good way of setting that up. So I appreciated that. I
sure.
wanted to ask you a question about when you talk about transferring a spot.
Yes.
I know you don't know a lot about it, you said, but that means that if for example, on my second leg, I'm not sure if that's going to go to where I want it to go. So at some point, I could take someone else and swap that out and put them somewhere else.
Someone who's brand new, and it has to be done like if I wanted to do it, I would contact Sam and he would go to he would go to the company. It's nothing that we can do in the back, in our back office. It's kind of a special situation, but they do allow it to happen. So there are a few people who are very astute team players. They're working with other companies. They're not going to be visible right now, but they've taken one or two positions because they know that, hey, this is a
Okay,
good bargaining power. Down
right.
the road, it's like, hey, you can join our fast growing team. And oh, by the way, I've got a special spot. And I mean, MLM has been so pushy. You could make it so hype. And with a binary, honestly, I used to tell people a little bit more, positioning is everything. If you're going to join, join now. The truth is, yeah, join now, because if you wait even 2 weeks, you could miss out on having two, three, five, 10 people under you. So that is a fact. But I have, maybe it's with age, with wisdom, I just don't push. It's like when people are ready, I will make a suggestion. And I have to say to someone, look, there are 4 people here on a list that have said they're going to join. If you get in now, if this is a good timing for you, you're going to have these people in your organization. You didn't sponsor them, but yes.
Okay, so okay. That was another question I had. So what you're saying then is if even if it's not somebody I brought in, if it's something the group brings in, you're going to put them across the board wherever they are, wherever it's strategic.
Yeah, you always build on the outside legs.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. That's where the position is, Catherine, your business went on one leg, your other chiropractor is the top of the other leg. Your business, there's probably people already under it, just based on where you came in.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
One of the things, and I'm not going to get into this detail, but in your welcome letter, um, I did send videos on how to set up your e-wallet, how to transfer and set up your pay quicker, all of that. It's there. Dave did create 3 little simple YouTube videos that will show you how to do it. So if you have not yet, oops, I need to put someone in. Sorry. If you have not yet set up your e-wallet, go to my YouTube under Joy Edgerton, and I think it's parentheses Joy in Vermont. Subscribe so that you can have access to any video that I've done, that I will do in the future, and how to set up your pay quicker in your e-wallet. That is in that information. Okay. So, Felicia, did you have a question?
No, I was trying to help Tina get your
Oh,
attention.
yes, I know. We won't have this where I have to let people in.
It's all good.
Yeah, Tina, welcome, welcome. Um, so does anyone have any question about that? One of the things about the e-wallet with any company, it's like, you join, if you have an intention of building a business, you want to let the universe know, hey, I'm open to abundance. You want to set up your e-wallet and be prepared. as opposed to, wait weeks down the road. You're telling the universe energetically, bring it on, let the money flow. So set it up, even if you have not shared with anyone right away.
Joy,
Yes.
with regard to the e-wall, I have not done it yet. I had a crazy 2 days here. Um, so in the back office there's an e-wallet, and then the quick pay is a place that you divert the money to in order to get it quicker, I guess, for lack of a
Yeah.
better
There's a
term.
couple choices. There's a coin, something or other. I like Pay Quicker. I'm familiar with it. It's easy to set up. What you'll do is on Thursdays, the weeks go from Tuesday until till Tuesday night. Today, every Thursday, my husband says cash and trash. In other words, take the cash out of our e-wallet and put the trash outside because it's coming on Friday. Once you transfer the money, um, it takes maybe sometimes it's available as early as Friday, sometimes it's like the following Monday. It doesn't take long, but it is very exciting. You share today with a customer. Let's say you get a customer today, they buy a 1 month supply, $70 is in your e-wallet immediately. It's really instant gratification. And some people leave it in their e-wallet. They're like, you know what? I'll let it build up. And you can also set it in your back office. So if you want to use your e-wallet money for your monthly order, they'll automatically just take it out of your e-wallet. That happened with me on the 10th of February, I think. I didn't know I was going to have anything come out. And I just said, and I got an email, thank you for your order. I'm like, what order? Well, my auto ship ran. They didn't charge my credit card. They simply took out from my e-wallet, which is great because I had money in there. So that's a really nice thing. This is one of the few companies where you can get started for almost zero out of pocket. Start making money immediately.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
it's wonderful.
A question. So by what you just said, I heard that through Pina that maybe there was some delay, or you could, if you didn't move the money a certain place quick enough, something happened to it.
You
Or
just want to move it on a Thursday, otherwise it stays there until the next week.
Oh, okay. So if you don't move, well, if when you
You'll
say
never lose it. You'll never lose it.
thank you.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
that's your money. You earned it.
okay, thank you.
So, in regards to that clarification, what Catherine was just asking, if you don't move it on a Thursday, even though it stays put, you can't access it till the next Thursday? Is that what you're
Until the
implying?
following week. That's my
Right.
understanding. And that happened with me once. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Got
But
it.
it was just sitting there and it made the next week look much bigger. So,
Yeah, no big deal, but okay, good to know. Thank you.
yeah, it is. It is. Oh, and here's another thing. Let's say that I run a contest and I say, okay, the person who enrolls the most customers or five or more customers this week, I'll send them a $50 bonus. I, as a brand partner, let's say Felicia, you brought in, you know, and you won a $50. I can transfer from my e-wallet to your e-wallet. So there's different ways that you can do things.
Very good.
And Sam and I have talked about, he's thrown a few contests out there with bags of the wonderful green product, which is amazing. I now cannot go a day without the active greens. But we're looking to make it fun and just something that you can strive for that's very attainable and have it be fun. While we have, before I forget, um, would you introduce yourself and just say where you're from and say either product only or business only or both, just so we know here with the small group that we have where you're from, because teamwork makes the dream work. You're going to get to know other people. And like Catherine, for example, has an expertise perhaps, and you're going to be able to reach out to her on Facebook or whatever. It's like, hey, doctor, what do you think? So I don't know if your screen is the same as mine, but Felicia, why don't you start since you're in my upper left corner?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Linsky. I'm based out of Los Angeles. I've made my career in the film industry for many years in beauty and wellness. And I'm happy to be here. I've known Joy since around 2007, I believe we think. And I've always been a part of self-development. I've always been a part of helping others look and feel good. I'm an award-winning makeup and hair artist, but I was a pre-med background. I like helping people. Yes, I mean, I like healthy skin. I like healthy everything. I'm a six-time cancer survivor, ironically. But
Call the cops.
I'm here to I'm here because I trust Joy, and I'm here because um as somebody who has survived cancer, has also dealt with weight issues, especially now, not especially, but since going through chemo, cortisol, stress, all the things. I am completely against synthetics. I'm against injections. I'm very pro science though. So I'm not going to get into the political things of all of that. I don't want to get political, but I am pro science and I'm pro research and I'm pro natural, healthy ways of healing the body, especially when it comes to mind, body, spirit, and health and brain. And that's what really turned me on to this brand over anything else going on out there on the in the world, because I do think that a lot of people are getting harmed. And I do think that there are ways to cure ourselves in a healthy way collectively. We just need to be, we just need to have access to these tools, and we need to, and I feel like finding this source, even though I literally just got mine last night, so I haven't started to right now. I'm about to start. I just took my measurements. I just weighed myself. I'm
Good.
just about to get going. You know, but I also know that I believe in all the things that I've heard. And not because how shall I say, I'm like, like a willow tree, like, oh, just blow with the wind. No, I just know that I've done a lot of years of research, listening, talk to doctors. I was even asked to go back to med school. I refused. I'm mindful intuitive. I just really like helping people. So that's why I'm here.
So you're here for product and business.
Yeah, boy, didn't get to that answer, did I? Yes, I'm here to heal myself and help others.
Amazing. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay, Joseph.
Yeah, let's see. I've been off and on the weight loss bandwagon all my life, ever since high school. You do it, you lose weight, you gain a little bit more back, and so it's like a stair step, unfortunately. So I'm happy, and what's interesting for me on this on the Tri GLP is that I'm noticing that I'm losing more inches than pounds. So that's pretty interesting to me because that means that I'm not losing muscle mass.
Yes, and you're out
And
of Puma,
oh, I'm
Arizona?
sorry. No, Yuma,
Yeah,
Arizona.
Yuma. Okay.
And so it's been very helpful. And I'm the kind of person who likes to try it, see if it works, and then share it. So that's what I'm in the process of right now, and have shared a little bit with a couple people, and they've been receptive so far.
Well, and your fellow officers, law
Right.
enforcement, you know, they're going to see you like your belt that holds your gun, they're going to see
Yeah.
it slipping and moving. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you're out in the
They got to
public,
see
people will
that.
start to see, and
Yeah.
then you won't have to say anything. They'll go, "What the heck are you doing? Tell me."
Yeah. And then that's my hope, because there's, lots of those guys over there, and they're all looking for something. Don't kid yourself. Guys are looking for something just as much as women are.
Yep. Yep. And
Maybe even
I
more.
thought it was really interesting because you've tried the injections before.
Uh-huh.
Rick was on the injections, and he said that guys, a lot of people lose their hair when they're on the injections. A lot of people, men and women. And I remember when he said that, his hairdresser said, Rick, your hair is getting really thin. He's like, oh my God. He said, I'd rather, men would rather be fat than bald. But I don't know. It's like,
No,
yeah.
No,
neither.
I'd rather be bald than fat.
Oh, bald is sexy. That's good. I always see you with a baseball cap. But anyway, I know that you're going to be able to make a big impact. You're here for both the business and the product, correct?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. How about you, Dr.
Right.
Catherine?
I want to say I started with well, I just joined, so I haven't been on the product yet, but Dr. Pina, my colleague, shared it with me. So that was the in. And then she sent me a few things and I started looking at the business side of it. And then so when I came in, I started with both, basically. Um, and I've been a chiropractor since 1983. That's when I started my practice. And I love, well, and in 1978, I started Spirit, Mind, Body Connections. So it's been a huge thing for me because not everyone gets well the same way, and there's reasons behind that. Something mental, emotional, spiritual,
Sure.
it gets in the way of that. So I'm really about finding things, experiencing them myself, sharing them. That's the best way to share when you have the experience. Um, and I look forward to it because I'm really excited by it. And I have weight. I mean, I lost 90 pounds about 4 or 5 years ago. Then came back on again. Dealt with thyroid issues, all kinds of things, and it was a challenge. But I'm struggling right now to get this weight back off again, and then continue. So I'm hopeful for that.
Beautiful. And where you're out of New Jersey?
I'm in New Jersey, in the North New Jersey.
Okay. I
Not
can
far
sort of
from
tell the New Jersey, New York kind of accent.
what accent,
Right, right. Thank you
right?
so much.
Well,
Catherine, are you able to tell us a little bit about where you're from and a little bit about why you're here? Are you here for product, business, or both?
you talking
Well,
about you said Catherine, not Kathleen, I
I'm
think.
sorry, Kathleen.
Hey, Joy.
Hey, I see your name here. Thank you for being on. Could
I
you
love
tell us,
this.
could you tell us where you're from and a little bit about yourself? And are you
Well,
here for business and product?
I'm here for business and product, and you can
Beautiful.
tell where I'm from. I'm from the South,
That's true.
Memphis,
Yes.
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
home of Elvis. Yes, and Joy and I, were doing a business probably about 6 or 7 years ago. And so when I saw her on Facebook with this product, I'm like, oh, wow, I've got to know about this. And I've just been, I would say I'm a holistic freak, nut, because I was sick for 30 years. And all I had to do was detox with some water that I took, ionized water, detox me, and that was 15 years ago. So ever since then, I've been totally away from anything medical, pharmaceutical, or anything like that, and I have been just feeling incredible. But I have recently been doing a couple of products that were just awesome, all natural health products. And I know this sounds terrible, but in the South, there are so many overweight people, and they don't care really about natural health and natural products. But what got me was this incredible weight loss, and it's going to make them healthier than they were,
Mhm.
losing weight and becoming healthier. So it's just, I'm really, really excited about it. I think the compensation plan is, I've been in, oh gosh, I don't know how many direct sales businesses, and this compensation plan is just mind blowing.
Yes.
So, and I'm just excited to tell everybody. And I did have one question because there's some things I'm getting ready to do. Do they have any marketing material like flyers or brochures or anything?
They do, but because Origin is so new, I did ask that question to Robert, and he said, as there is a demand, they will create. Everything is pretty much automated.
Yeah,
Um, Although having business cards and having postcards would be great or brochures, most companies have got away from marketing materials like that. And I know that their focus is going to be having the website be a one-stop shop where if they're into science, if they're into testimonials, it'll all be there.
Right.
But as we grow, he did say we are willing to create swag, to do marketing materials like brochures and business cards, etc. It'll be um, on an on-need basis. But I will say this, my connection with Sam, in fact, Kathleen, I think we are in the same business with the strips, with the power strips.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, natural pain relief. And of course, this company has the Alleviate Pro. The nice thing is I have done business with some of these people at corporate. Sam and I were on a different team before, but we met in 2013. But Jesus, who is on a lot of the calls, as well as JC,
Mhm.
those are people that I have a relationship with prior to coming here. And then they introduced me to, let's say, Robert Sacco, who's the head guy with the whole back office with ORGYN. We've had him on a call. And then Sam got the formulators on the call, and I got to know Lisa Putnam and Jason. They're part of the corporate team. So we have a really good connection. I mentioned something about having a testimonial group on Facebook rather than all of us try to do our own little team testimonials. I mentioned that to Lisa the other day. She said, great idea, and we're working on it. So just know if you have an idea that is substantial, that you believe would be of value to the company, let Sam or I know. We'll pass it along, and they are really open to doing whatever tools can accelerate our growth.
Well, the main reason I want it, I've been in sales for almost 40 years, and there's so many marketing shows, sales
Oh,
shows, and things like that. And there's a new, it's a community living club that's opening up, and it's a holistic healing. And they're going to let people come in and sell products, and it's not going to cost anything. Where it'd be great to have a table, and you can sell things and have a table and just have brochures out and
yeah.
be able to talk to people. And what I'm finding is so many people, well, I'll be 75 on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks. So many of the people I know are within that range, 60, 70, and a lot of them don't do online. They
Yeah.
may have,
Oh, yeah.
email,
Yeah.
but a lot of them don't do Facebook. And so it's people like that that I'm trying to reach, that I would
Good
like
point.
to give information to, that they can see it and have it, would be great. I
Yep.
would love it.
That's really good. And I know, Joseph, you are working on a business card for the same reason. You're right. Not everyone's online. In fact, I try not to be all that much. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate it. And happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, Tina, what about you? Could you tell us where you're from and what attracted you to our company at this time in your life?
Okay. Well, most people will probably think either Canada or Minnesota, but I am from Wisconsin. Um, that's what they usually guess first is Canada or Minnesota.
Yeah.
Land of cheese. I am here for both product and the business. Joy brought this to me back in December. I started the drops, and at first I was skeptical because the whole GLP thing. I will say the name of our product. It does require explanation, but that can lead to a conversation with people too. That okay, this is what it helps your body do on its own versus getting it from a synthetic source, right?
Yes.
And so that's what I do like about that. And because I experienced something similarly through diet a year prior, that's why I'm like, okay, I can get these in drops. That could be very beneficial to people. Now, full disclosure, I haven't really lost any weight, but I do notice other changes going on in my body. I am back to the tightest spot on my belt. So I'll probably have to go get more holes punched into it soon, which is a good thing. But the
Nice.
other thing I'll add, I've known Joy since 2016, and my life has been filled with a lot of very stressful moments, and I think I'm dealing with a lot of the effects of cortisol. And it's been a lot of years of cortisol, and it's going to take time to heal all that too. But I think for people that are looking for alternatives to the shots or want to, just try something different, this is a great product.
Wonderful. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tina.
Hmm.
That's great. What I wanted to do is just mention also for people, not everyone who becomes a brand partner is going to uh, support their team. That's just not what they do. So the best thing to do is when you bring someone on, whether they're a customer or a brand partner, if they're willing, do what I've done with probably all of you, is do a group chat in text and introduce you to Sam or to someone else on the team. Usually what I do is say, hey, Felicia, I want to introduce you to Sam. You know, you're in similar time zone. His hours are different. If you can't reach me, Sam, this is Felicia. She may reach out to you. That makes people feel a part of it. But when you do enroll someone, invite them to our Origin Life, which is a Facebook group. We're going to build upon and make everything better and better. But and then the company has Epic Connect. They have a new one, Epic U, just the U for testimonials. Then they have Bepic USA and Canada expansion. Anyway, plug people in or at least invite them. They have to accept the invitation. Not everyone wants to be a part of that kind of stuff. What I did start doing is, and it's called like Try GLP A Team, is a thread where people can ask for a boost in their post. You know, if they post something on Facebook, hey, could someone make a comment because that helps? Or just announcing different Zooms, different calls. We want people to be informed, but at the same time, when people become a brand partner, it's their responsibility. I try to do the best, but you know what? It's growing so fast. There's only going to be, you know, we all have to take responsibility. That's what I want to say. And in fact, in 10 minutes, the founder, Dan Putnam, is going to talk about a new program that they're implementing with Bepic, which could be great. I'm going to be on it. I did want to say that as people expand their business, I have something that I just started. It's called the Inner Circle. One of the things that your goal is, once you've got your first two people, is help them get their two people. And once you have two people who have their two, it's called a 2x2. That unleashes what's called a lifestyle bonus of $100. So in March, you enrolled two people, you help them get their two people, you are 2x2 qualified. That would allow you to be part of, I call it the inner circle. It's building by design. Whether there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who want to really go for it, I am going to work with them very intimately. So if you came here to earn a 6-figure income, that's what you're going to do. That's what we can do together. So 2x2, start with that. Don't worry about it. But you can earn from $100 bonus all the way up to $700 bonus. And they can be the same people who are qualified each month. And that's cool to know that you wake up in the month of April and you know that on the 15th, you're going to get a $700 bonus on top of everything else you do. So that is called the Inner Circle. And if you are interested in doing that, working with that, text me after. I will give anyone, you know, we'll run together side by side, however much you want to put into it. So, does anyone have any other questions? I wanted to keep it really short and sweet and also allow people to maybe take a 5-minute break if you are going to get on the Bepic call with Dan. Does anyone have any questions at all? I don't know about you, but I think it was really fun to know a little bit about people here on the screen. So it's nice that it's a small, intimate group. And
Yeah,
what I
thank
am going to
you.
do, starting with Felicia, is I am going to interview. I'm going to use my Zoom now that I have one, and figure out how to use it better. But I want to interview people so people on the team get to know other people. We did that a little bit. We had Stephanie on the other day on our testimonial call. It was very valuable. And then we ended with Laura. Laura will be a feature on our next Sunday, this coming Sunday's testimonial call. But just know if you have a story I'd like to interview, and then you can use it as a marketing tool and you can share. So if you don't have any questions, we can just end here, and I'll be in touch with each and every one of you who is interested in reaching out and moving forward quickly. If you, I know not everyone's here because of the money. You want to help people. Yeah, you do want to build. But I tell you something, it's really impressive in this industry if you can tell people, hey, I earned 200 this week, 500 my first week, 500 my first month, 2,000 my first month. in most MLMs, people do not see a return on their investment or time for a while. And here it's very easy, very generous, fast start bonuses and customer bonuses. So just keep that in mind because stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell, just like your pictures. I think I've gotten new people on the team and people who are looking because I was vulnerable enough to show my bloated belly. So anyway, be
Well,
vulnerable. Yes, yes, Catherine.
for the call for Jan, the next call is how you know how long that's going to be by chance?
I don't. Typically, I would say maybe a half an hour. He's
Okay.
introducing something. It's a program that we can then sell globally because it's an app. It's called More More You or something like that. He says if you follow my plan, you can make $10,000 a month. I mean, that's a pretty strong thing to say. But I'm going to be on it because I want to be educated. Also, if you have not taken advantage, Origin has a free closure program. You just go to your back office, you set it up through Instagram, and I'm going to do it today. I haven't done it yet because I've been so busy. That's not a good excuse, but some people who have the closure program, it does a lot of automated stuff. And Dan was saying that there's one gal on the team who's getting, I think it was like 20 customers a week, just using that automated program where it's conversation, it's branding, it's whatever. And so look in your back office. It's called Closure. And yeah, let's see what we can do and what kind of lives we can change by sharing what we have.
And the link for that call, the next call is where?
It will be in several areas, but you can look in our messenger. It's there, as well as Origin Life,
Okay.
as well as you would have got an email, as
Yeah.
well as well as yeah. It's in a lot of places, but I'm going to repost it so it's at the bottom of our communication messenger.
Excellent. Thank you.
And I know, thank you for sharing, everyone. I know that and I'm open to doing this one-on-one or in small groups whenever you feel that asking questions and getting the answers is a good thing. If it helps you move your business, I'm all for it, and I love getting to know one another more intimately. So I know a lot of people, they're working, they couldn't be on the call. So this is being recorded and it will be shared. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Yeah.
you for this call. This is great. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
you,
do it.
Joy.
Yeah, and if
Thank
you
you.
have a team and you want to invite myself on or Sam or whatever, we this is what we love doing. So
Okay.
have a beautiful day and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.